spin the rim, it gets a lot to take in. Money goes flow to high, goes side to side, it's a lot to rake in. On a 100-day run, about 100 days in.
Turbo here,
100%.
and we could just do the turbo here, and I was like, that'll give us something to do. And I was like, nah, you should probably put it on before we leave. I'm like,
No.
okay, but he did bring a point because we actually ran into a turbine housing issue, so I had to go rob something from the stash of stuff to even get it to here. So
But
it's lucky we didn't, because then we'd have to source the turbine, which we still would have done.
Drove home and grabbed it
Right,
all-nighter,
you know.
so we still would have gotten our all-nighter with a little bit of sleep.
Right. You know, no sleep. Anyway, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Freedom Truck Meet in Van Wert, Ohio. It is a little soggy here, so we've got some recap that we need to do before we start this video out. It is Saturday. We were here Friday. Pretty wet. We didn't do a whole lot yesterday, but need to recap here. So we've got the Shorty, we've got 389, and then we've got the 2G burnout truck. So trying to catch you guys up on each vehicle, and especially the 2G burnout truck from UCC. That's the last video that we had out, and you guys know that we broke it just like every other time it goes out. We're still getting her dialed in. So Shorty is always doing Shorty things. It's been fine. JTX was actually over at the house, did a little house call visit, filmed some stuff, did some cool things, did a burnout in the Shorty, and during that burnout, this thing, the only thing we've ever really done is maybe change the oil in it, and it blew an intercooler boot. Put a new intercooler boot on it. Really have never even checked the intercooler clamps. I will say, tech tip, it always is a good idea to like just go over your intercooler clamps with a wrench, or with a socket. Like tighten them up a little bit. They do sometimes, they wear in, they loosen up. I usually make it a pretty decent habit to like go around and like just check all my clamps, just give them an extra little tighten. They were all like a little loose, but new intercooler boot on the Shorty. Haven't really done anything else. Thing always runs good, does its thing. 389, I would say no issues with this trip. We got here and the front was making almost kind of like a rattly gear case noise. I don't know. Like I started up now with my man Wild Goose, and it wasn't doing it again. Maybe I can insert the phone clip that I sent him, because it was bad enough where I sent him a video. I was like, hey, we might need to kind of like check this out when you're here. We checked it out yesterday and it wasn't making any noise, but we had just got done running it real hard, and who knows if it was hot, or I don't know. I think the 389's okay, but we'll have to see. 2G burnout truck. That's really where the story is. That's what we're gonna be kind of like messing around with today. Rear end was broke, took it all apart, broke another axle shaft. So stock axle shafts, still trying to figure out what we wanna do with the rear end. I do think it's a combination between a couple different things. Long story short, we took everything apart, and the welded rear was still holding good. That wasn't a problem. The axles that we put back in it were from my good buddy Michael Brown. They were a set of, I would say, brand used, more on the used side. They are Yukon upgraded axles. So they are a better axle than what we had, but the twist to that is there's actually a twist in the axle. So he had them in a truck that he was sled pulling with, and they do have a little bit of a twist, but they are a better material, so they're not perfect, but they should be better. I'm hoping and thinking they shouldn't break like the stock shafts are breaking. So I think the stock shafts are breaking because we have a weak leaf pack, because I took some leaves out of it to lower it, which is in turn making the truck bounce a little bit with the weight that's in the bed from all of the water tanks. Weak leaf pack, a lot of weight. It's actually de-arching the spring a little bit. We have a game plan for that. We did not have enough time to do that. But usually all of our problems come from when we get in the pit. All the stuff here at Freedom Truck Meet today is going to be more of a straight line, standing-ish kind of thing, and it's not as much of a problem. So we have solutions with different shocks. We're gonna redo the leaf pack a little bit, but still be able to lower it. Kind of came up with a game plan, me and Michael Brown, so I'm pretty confident that after we get a little bit more time, we'll be able to fix that completely. The other thing that happened at UCC was we blew a turbo up because we're running the thing a little hot. We do need to still check the... There is a lot of that this weekend. Hold please, hold please. And you know what? Jim Bob down the road heard him, so he's got to do it too, man. You know what? We were kind of crunched on time with a lot of other things that we were doing between UCC and now, so we still need to pull the valve cover off. I still want to check some valve lash. I am still a little concerned. I hear some rattling noises, like very minute, but we do need to kind of like check some other things out with it. I'm not 100% confident that we don't have something else may be affected, but we did go ahead and put our stainless diesel backup turbo on the truck. That is on there now. That should be good to go, same size as everything that we had before. We're gonna lower the tune down and kind of like maybe do burnouts with that. So we're still getting everything kind of dialed in, to be completely honest. So still kind of a newer build, still figuring it out. Me and Cole are gonna pull the valve cover off. We got some swapping and things and stuff to do. Dawson might dyno the Ferd. Dawson might dyno.
It's getting put on the rollers.
Okay, well, you know what?
What are we calling? What are we clutch bets? I'd say 6.
I say 550.
I don't know what they're supposed to make. I don't even know. I have no idea.
Same thing as a 4-gen, 6 in perfect health, topped out.
Oh, I forgot the whole. I mean, Cole wasn't privy to this, but like the whole big part of what you maybe are gonna put in now. I don't know where these clips are gonna fit in, but highlight of yesterday, even though it was raining, there happened to be a little incident with someone that I don't know who it is. I mean, like there was a small body of water on the property, and someone happened to. You know, sometimes you're on the road looking at the bushes. Next thing you're in the pond looking for dry land. And
it was a Chevy too, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Peden wants him another truck.
Yeah.
Peden called him and said, "Run it in the river."
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody happened to you know, have a pretty big and went in the pond here on Friday. So that's not something you see every day at a truck show.
What are you doing, Cole?
Putting this new EGT sensor in because Greg likes to melt them off. Guess they have a temperature rating for some reason.
That's weird.
Do that to this one too.
You the man.
I'm ready.
Can we just bend them?
Bend them and snap them with a Nipex.
Well, I was just gonna say bend them so you
Oh,
just
yeah.
not
Yeah.
get in on the top.
Yeah.
Bend them and snap them.
Bend them and snap them hard. Custom now.
Yeah, with a K.
They're custom for this truck. So far, half of them are good, which means pretty. Is it in gear? Yeah, it's in gear.
Hey, is that better?
Yeah, it's a little better. She had some real compression there for a minute.
Yeah, she was trying to fire. Half of them were good, or within spec. They're within check, so I think the other ones will probably be all right too. So in a perfect world scenario, would like to pull the cylinder head off of it, but if I pull the cylinder head off of it, I'm putting a fleece one on it, and fleece doesn't have the one in stock right now that I want to put on it, so it's like, I don't know what I'd be doing if I took it off anyway. I'd love to take a look inside of the engine, but you guys know me, once things come apart, they are usually, you know, forced upgrades, so trying not to take anything more apart than I don't have to, but we'll see. So the exhausts are definitely getting a little loose.
How loose is a little loose?
That's what I've always.
I only
like,
brought 10 and 20, so I don't know, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I've always wondered, checking mine, like how much resistance, like when you drag, what are you supposed to have? Just a little bit of resistance?
So, yeah, like you don't want it to be like
jamming. Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as it's consistent throughout
All the
when
way
you're
across.
doing it.
Gotcha.
Why we're checking this is because I'm questioning how hot it got in the last burnout. So when you see flames coming out of your exhaust, where does your exhaust go? Back to your turbine housing. Where does the turbine housing come from? Inside your manifold. Where's the manifold connect to? Inside your cylinder head. Well, where's that flame coming from? It's going through the valves to get out of the engine. So when you get a valve very, very hot that has a seat in it, you know, you have just basically metals. Things are growing, things are getting hot. When things get hot, just like the turbine wheel, and you have metals, they start to lose their structural integrity, if you will. So the valves are no different, to where if they're like breathing fire through them and things are either losing their shape or getting weak or stuff like that, you'll see it in the valve lash, because, you know, with the spring and the valve and all this stuff, like that stuff could all be an indication. We should be, you know, they do make a tool which didn't come in time. We can take an injector out and just see if everything's sealing up completely, to where you would know if you have leak through on the cylinder. So
I've been working my leg away on the stupid second gen. Woo!
guys got that down.
Oh, we'll have plenty of practice today.
Yeah.
If YouTube doesn't work out, you should go sing.
Really?
We're going to American Idol.
Yeah.
I'm America's Next Top Model. I mean, Idol or
Top model, wow.
whatever.
All right there, CQ.
Valve lashing it up because we ain't got nothing better to do. Maintenance is key, people. Don't matter where you do it, rain or shine, just get it in.
A faster cut than it was the first time.
I wonder why. I'm not full throttle.
I wonder, well, that's why.
Why aren't you full throttle?
That's where you get the hard cut is at full throttle.
If it goes to 100%
Yes.
throttle. Well, I was during the burnout. I'm just not here right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think you were more throttle that time. That's why you got the faster cut.
I mean, I'll foot stop it right now.
Let's stop.
Valve lash is done. We did adjust them. We kind of just went through and readjusted. We're already here, so we might as well adjust them all. We did find some that were a little loose, and maybe that was kind of what I was hearing. Once you guys get around enough of these trucks, you can kind of hear a truck that's out of lash a little bit. Like, it just sounds a little bit more valve train noise, a little ticky. You might be able to hear it out of the exhaust. Because it's a hood stack truck, you can kind of like pick up on a little bit of some engine notes because the exhaust is right there. But redid the valve lash and it definitely quieted it up, which usually if it's loose a little bit, you know, you'll get a quieter sounding engine if everything's a little bit tighter in spec. So we run 10 and 20 on everything. It doesn't really matter if it's a 500 horsepower daily driver truck or something like this. We usually always run 10 and 20, but I would listen to whoever builds your engines and to do exactly what they tell you to do. But 10 and 20 is where we're at. It quieted it up. I think we're good to go. We did a couple rev checks. Everything seems to be happy and okay, so we're thinking we might try to dyno the truck. Just because we've never done it, it's something to do before the dyno competition. We're kind of, you know, burnout competition. So we might put it on the dyno for fun. We've never even had it on my dyno. This truck has no rear brakes, so it's gonna be a little interesting with the air to water, the ice, no rear brakes. Again, so it's still a new truck to me to get it dialed. Like, I can jump in the shorty, put it on my dyno. I know exactly how to run it. I know how it's going to operate for the most part. And this is still slightly unfamiliar. So you can't figure it out if you don't get out here and try and do it, people. So I think that's what we're about to do. I'm trying to think of anything that I forgot. I'm pretty sure we're ready to park. And that's Ron Maples here, yeah, supervising, you know what I mean? And, you know, how can you go wrong? Nick from Stainless Diesel couldn't make it out because he had to get a haircut or something, or maybe he's etching more cups for Ron.
Yeah,
that we don't know about.
Yeah, well, you know,
where's your cup?
Oh, it's in the truck. I'll grab it. We'll get that. We'll get that on video.
We'll put it on a video, but
I don't know what's going on because there's like wires, and I have no idea.
It doesn't make any sense.
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But huge shout out to the people who always help us nonstop all the time. Huge shout out from Nick from Stainless Diesel, all the Stainless Diesel guys. Couldn't do all these shenanigans without them. We do torture their turbos quite a bit, but we know that they are amazingly good units and they are a bunch of great dudes. So if you need turbo stuff, get them from them. Huge shout out to Michael Brown for the axles, you know, and
well, don't give him credit yet. We don't know if they work.
you know, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. Where's Hart was in the place, you know what I mean? You just want to make sure we got what we needed. Normally we do put things on the dyno just to make sure we're prepared and ready. So we got a dyno here. Dawson was like, I really want to dyno my truck, and I'm like, I can't let my man just be out here dynoing without me, you know what I mean? Like, so we can dyno the burnout truck. I am kind of curious. It should make similar to what it did, seeing that we didn't change anything from when Bruce had it on the Fire Punk dyno. On Tune 5, I think they were able to squeak out just about 1,000. Again, different dyno, different day, different situation. We do have a different computer configuration in there. As far as power that's gonna make, I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out and have some fun, because we can't do nothing and wait around all night till 8 o'clock. So we're gonna dyno it, see what it does. We'll see what Dawson's truck does, and we're just here having fun. Truck?
Yeah, spray it!
Yeah!
No, we're not.
Oh.
probably start the run at 3,000. I'll
Okay.
start bringing the load in and you'll start getting into it.
Can you do 100?
100 load?
Yeah. Do 100 for
100
something.
and slap the shit out of it.
All right. I think the fuel pedal broke again. I felt it click as soon as I hit it.
I mean, obviously the dyno flagged a little bit in the way, but it didn't feel very
I don't know if I don't think it went full throttle.
No.
I don't think it did either.
I might have to use the hand throttle again.
Oh shit. It still holds a candle every time it comes out, something breaks.
Jesus.
That's how these damn things are, dude.
We back to sled pulling throttle, brother.
And that's why we left it in there.
Yep, it was a good idea.
How boring would life be if shit just went to, went to plan?
You know, if we went for plan for like 2 days, I'd be happy.
It'd
Okay?
be so boring and it'd be awesome.
It'd be so boring.
You got a heavy foot, brother.
We don't have time to dream about what we would do after this because we never get there.
Yeah.
That with enough, like it makes 1,000. Like,
It's a 1,000 horsepower truck.
Yeah.
It's so humid out here, I'm not surprised they're not hitting exactly what you want, you know?
Like,
So many, I've had quite a few people, you know, they're like, well, last year I made this, and I'm like, it's humid.
it's muggy.
Most people don't know what weather does.
It kills trucks. It changes everything about the truck.
Man, I'm pumped. Like, that just like, I mean, I know it'll make 1,000. Like,
It's a badass truck.
yeah, that's sick. Cool.
It's a learning
Badass
curve.
truck, bro.
Appreciate it as always, guys.
Appreciate you.
Always a good time. All right, well, Dawson's up next with his bird.
First time on the dyno, how you feeling?
I'm nervous.
You're nervous. First time dynoing anything.
Yeah.
Anything, really.
Yeah.
We're ready. Can they hear me behind the camera or no?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Big Daddy Cole coming in clutch. We're just a bunch of filmers out here
I was
now.
gonna say this is like tables turned.
Just a bunch of camera boys out here.
This is what it feels like, dog.
It's crazy.
My hands are getting softer the longer I hold this.
Bro, he's got a cow hood on there now.
Yeah, I know. He's got.
I think cow hoods are good for like 100 horse, I think. Oh, yeah.
He's got a camera on there.
Big
That's hilarious.
Ford guy. Hey, he just wants to make sure everybody knows he is a cameraman.
He's the camera guy. That's awesome. I freaking love it.
How much horsepower does a Marsala interior add?
That adds a good 50 all day
Good
long.
50 plus
All
the cow
50.
hood. Oh my! You know, you might actually make more than me, dog. He's just running the low horsepower stuff. He's letting you do the big stuff now.
Exactly. I'm the.
Are you? You're scared.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
scared to run a bit.
I'm a weenie, you know that.
He did 3,000 with me, and next thing you know, it's just there's no more thrill. So it's like, all right,
No, it's not-
have at it
Yeah.
until Greg gets back on here and makes
It's
over
all
3.
boring.
The butt fucker was so bad he hid forever.
You ain't putting a fire suit on.
You ain't making enough power.
Hey, do you think 37s hurt power too?
Yes.
All right, so what's your vote? Like heavier wheel and tire?
Like those 26s or bigger tires of 37s? Which would you make more power on?
These are going to make more power on because the wheels are lighter than those.
Yep. All right.
Good,
How much do you
percent.
think those rob?
But the 37s over the factory 33 is about 40 horsepower.
Bro, that's a 600 all day, bro. You know what I mean?
600,
Like,
brother.
round up.
Humidity correction. I mean,
That's 600, bro. Like, all right,
Like
let me see your hands. Are you shaking?
Illuminati we've had up here, okay?
A little shaky? A little shaky?
all right, so all the film after this footage gonna be even extra shaky now.
It didn't sound as strong.
Yeah, no, I don't think it liked the load.
What?
Yeah.
It went up on the load?
Yeah, I don't think it liked the load.
Come through it.
I mean, you like a big load, but the truck didn't like a big load.
Right. I love a big load.
Nailed it on that one.
Sounded better, but 527. Started way earlier on that one. That one sounded the strongest.
Yeah, they changed the load on that one.
If he did that one first,
It probably would have made the most
Because it's
power.
heat soaked really bad now, probably.
Yeah, I like that one.
I didn't like that 70
We
load.
drug that one down a little bit more.
Yeah, it sounded
Hold it
good.
down to 42.
Sounded good. That, like I said, if you drove it like that with that load on your first run, like that would have been your best bet. It's hot right now.
just finished up with the dyno a little later on Saturday evening, burnout competition. So made 970, I want to say 5, but I think, what'd you say?
973.
Almost 1,000. It's a humid day. Getting the hang of dyno in that truck, a little bit different of a setup, but I'm pretty confident as far as like when it made 1,000 on Firepunk's dyno to bless dyno on this day and me learning how to drive it and all that stuff. I think it's about 1,000 on Tune 5. We did back it down for the burnouts to Tune 3. Last time at UCC it was Tune 4. It was under 2 minutes, but it was just about 2 minutes. So lower tune, hopefully that keeps EGTs a little bit more in check. We're gonna come off the limiter a little bit. So we've got 2 minutes. We took off the bro wheels. We're back on the Steelies on regular tires. So we're still learning, but we should be able to hopefully pop both these tires in 2 minutes. Everything got canceled, unfortunately, because of the rain, but we dynoed it. Dawson threw down 550. I think his truck would do a little bit more on a little bit different situation, do a little different tire. But you did great. You did great. You did great.
Excited with that.
Greg's. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
Dyno Day at Greg's. We'll see what
Dyno Day at Greg's. Happy about this. All I was really looking for is to make sure that we're being consistent and all 3 pulls, no matter how I drove it, hit the same boost. We got some data as far as like what the truck's doing on intake, coolant, EGTs. Truck's making consistent power, which is close to what it did before, which kind of like health of everything. I'm good. We're back to the hand throttle tonight. So it's hand throttle time. At this point, it might just stay in there. So we got a bunch of ice. We got a thumb pedal, and see what we can do. I'm confident. I'm feeling good.
I think a good investment for Wrenchworks, ice machine.
We're getting close to that. We're getting
Nice.
so.
It's only $90 to $100 every time.
Correct.
I'll pull up
a big
Thank you.
cooler.
We got 2 big coolers.
Too big. You guys got Gatorade or water or what?
No,
we
beer
got
only.
that.
Limes
Beer-
only.
Beer and ice.
Okay.
Hey, that LB7's running off margaritas.
The thumb I can do.
The hand throttle hit.
Thumb is crazy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to in-cap video the hand throttle.
Yeah.
I'm right here. It's just my thumb.
Oh yeah. Dialed.
But we figured out the limiter thing, we think.
Whoa, what?
So depending on the traction and the tires, when it hits the limiter, it's gonna drag it down. So if you have more traction and the faster it can get back up to the RPM is how quicker it's going to, or like, the quicker it's gonna hit it. So if you hit it with a wide tire, a lot of traction, drags it down to like 43 or 41 or whatever it does and has to come back up, well, if your traction's nothing and it's going, and it's able to like respond quicker, that's what makes the difference. So that everything plays into it, but it has to do with the time that it takes to get back up to that RPM.
Interesting.
And the way that it's running.
That's why I think it did so good at Blake's is because we were on Burnout Alley, which is slick, and we were in third, so it was able to come up a little bit quicker.
Less computer, more situational based.
Gotcha.
I'll shut it off when we
Dump the ice in. Yeah, I mean, it just dropped.
Dude, it dropped so fast.
Dude, I crap you not.
It was at 110 and it was at 78 right now.
Finished the dyno run. You were watching the video. It was climbing up to, it hit like 191. I kicked the water pump on. It dropped to 72 in 30 seconds.
It's a machine.
Is that bad for the block? Like to go hot and then cold?
That'd be alright.
I don't have I'm not certified in metallurgy or, you know, whatever.
Normally,
my lab coat isn't on for my metal right now,
Right.
so I couldn't tell you that.
normally I would say
I think there's a guy in California,
it hardens,
a little less
but it
hair.
could make brittle.
Well, that's a new science project. Let's get a junk block and just hot, cold, hot, cold. See what happens.
Let's not say we did.
This is the junk block, right?
5'9", so yeah, it's not a 6'7". All right, so everybody's feeling a little courageous right now. We want to do well. Man, rule number one of doing well is like don't go out of your means. But I think we're just gonna send it and go to 5th gear, because 5th gear will get us some wheel speed. Hey, what do you think?
What do I think?
5th gear?
Yeah, 5th gear, and if they pop one, go till you pop both, because they cut me off after one pop, then I'm not happy about it.
I think we're gonna try 5th, because the way I ride the clutch out, I think we'll be okay. If something happens, something happens. This is, you know what? We put on a show. Go or blow, we put on a show. We're just gonna try 5th. We need a little more wheel speed.
It is always a good show, whether something breaks or not.
I think we're gonna try 5th.
The Amish
Amish Mafia. He said 5th. It's his fault.
Diesel Boy's daddy right there.
I think we might have had that
Bro,
one.
I think we nailed
I think
it,
we might have had that one.
Fuck yeah.
5th gear for the motherfucker.
Yeah! That was titties, dude. It loved it. I got a little scared when it didn't come back on it.
I heard you like.
Yeah! Brother! Dude,
yeah, dude.
that was fucking lit.
5th gear!
We nailed that shit.
5th gear is incredible.
We nailed that shit.
5th gear is
Dude,
got it
we
done.
nailed that. That was sick. And we were watching EGTs. It got up to like 17, 1800. We like backed it off just a hair. It fell to like 13, 14, like kept doing that. What?
19.
Oh, I mean, if it ain't 2,000, it don't even count. But, dude, it was sick.
5th gear is awesome.
Again, that's standing or straight line stuff. I don't know if we'd be able to get away with that in the pit, but
Yeah, when you went around it, if you would donut in a pit,
we would see. But I don't know.
About the pit is we aren't able to watch the EGTs like we are.
It's harder because
right
I gotta
there.
watch ahead. Yeah, like I'm standing there like.
Unless you have a passenger yelling at you,
Yeah.
like I was,
Yeah.
like that's the only way we can keep a good eye on them.
Yeah, but unless we like had a big red light and I
Which
still
I
might.
can. We need to connect to the AEM.
Yeah, that was by far our best performance.
Dude,
As
that
far
was-
as like
that
the.
was so fast.
Dude,
I think we need to leave
It's
the
staying.
hand throttle
It's
in.
staying.
I think the hand throttle is
Hand
staying.
throttle's sick.
I hate it wasn't a super sticky pad to see if our bar shit worked, but it didn't hop at all.
I did not feel it hot.
I didn't feel anything.
The video should show it. Like you'd be able to tell.
Which that's not a sticky pad, but still, I didn't feel any hop.
I think everything that we did worked.
The smoke was crazy.
Shout out Michael Brown for the axles.
Facts. Big Brown.
Stainless diesel on top, as always. Man Cole, my man Dawson. A lot of people helping out.
I know towards the end we were holding it when she was creeping 17, 18, 19. Like, I know it was holding on it there.
You fell under it for just a hair.
I was shining
just a hair on the beginning.
I was shining my light and I was like, 1900.
And then the smoke got so bad that we can't see. I'm like, light, closer, closer.
I
I'm like, I'm literally like this.
On top of the AM.
The
like
in-cab
this.
is funny. Gonna text Cody from Superstick right now. Shout out to Cody Superstick. He's always taking care of us. Like, we were worried about 5th gear in the NV4500, and again, they take a shock load when you shift and all that stuff, but like the way we slip into South Bend, my man Delton from South Bend, man, I can't believe I forgot him.
Never forget him.
Clutch on
coming in clutch, South Bend clutch, coming in clutch. Man, this is like every hour that thing has pissed me off. It feels good right now. It feels really good. Because we're making progress.
This has been coming since Blaze.
Dude, 5th gear was awesome.
I don't even know what wheel speed was.
What?
5th gear was amazing.
I mean, it was like, and I'm like, is it gonna come? Is it gonna come? And all of a sudden it was just like,
was it? Man, I can't wait to see
Dude,
it.
I remember like in the cab, because he was on the throttle and like I heard it start lugging down. I was like, shit. And then like he just went and again, wow!
I don't think I was as aggressive as I needed to be. So like, you give me another time with it, you're like, oh boy, here we go.
It didn't sound as high as normal. And I'm like, oh no, we're in 5th. It doesn't sound as high.
I may have not have left as high as I normally do.
But it worked out.
I started getting like, so in sled pulling, when you're like new, RPM sounds way higher than it normally is. So like 4,000, you're like, shit, this is on 6K already, like I need to go. And I think I had some of that going on, because I'm pretty sure I've left on limiter before, and I'm pretty sure we probably went at like 4,000, maybe 3,900. It bogged down because I let off the line lock way too early, because I'm I wasn't used to it. So I let off the line lock way too early. You saw me stab the brake because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that I let off.
It was right at like
3,000 low.
It was at like 34, 3,500 when you started trying to overcome the bog.
Third had the Tune 1 or 2 might not have power to come overcome that.
I got really scared when it bogged.
Me too.
Because it bogged there, and like I'm trying to catch it. Yeah, it's at like $3 grand. And then I hit the video because I couldn't. I was like, light, like the video, you're not gonna be able to see anything. We're gonna have to free ball it.
What's up, man? How are you? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'm on cloud 9. I'm so happy.
That was sick.
I'm so happy.
Clock it, watch this. I bet you can top this. I see you not this. I go pro, you novice. Clock it, watch this. I bet you can top this. I see you not this. I go pro, you novice. Going in new Cambo panoramic, it's a lot to take in.